driving. Hope comes and stops us in our tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Good morning, everybody. I'm just doing a little bit of sharing. Good morning, Chris. Good to see you. All right, we got all that done. Good morning, Kenny. We got Kenny on Instagram. All right, we made it through another week. It's Friday, September 30th. It's the last day of the month. First things first is the topic today. And it's a good topic. I'm going to be reading out of A Day at a Time, which is Hazelden literature. I like Hazelden literature, so I don't necessarily prefer it over, but Hazelden is a great. They have some great stuff, and they tend to talk about other things too, which I like. And they don't just stick with alcohol. They kind of talk about all addictions, because Hazelden Clinic does deal with, I think, almost all the addictions out there. So, good morning, Gary. It's good to see you. So, if you're here, please say hello, whether you are watching the live or the rewatch. And of course, welcome to the Daily Trudge. My name is Dion. I woke up some really bad anxiety this morning. Woke up sweating, which I haven't done in a while. And I was getting hot flashes. Still kind of getting them. It's weird when I have anxiety like this. It sometimes it feels like I'm detoxing because I sweat a lot. Like right now, my heart rate's going up and I need a fan. So I'm gonna grab a fan. So what do we do? And I'm gonna back up there. Now, what do we do? Sorry about that. Because we talked about what I'm gonna do, and sometimes I have to just let things pass and continue doing what it is that I'm doing, right? And I have to be reminded of these things. Like first things first, right? I think that's a good one for me today, because I need to remember that my sobriety needs to come first, that my recovery comes first, right? I've been feeling very guilty because I haven't felt like I've been following through on some things, but I did let people know I went through this stuff, right? And it's not like I fake it. So I'd be a pretty good actor if I could fake anxiety like that. But I'm not here to talk about anxiety today. So, yeah, I'm with Chris today. To heck with anxiety today, right? I feel like I gave it enough power yesterday. I did enough talking on it, and I just don't want to talk about it anymore. Right now, I just need to let it lie. So let's get into the reading. Find out what this first things first is, right? What is first? Well, your recovery has got to come first. It does. You've got to take care of yourself first, or you're not going to be able to help other people. Period. Right? When I get like that, it is harder for me to help people. I am capable of doing it, but it does make it a little bit tougher for me, and I have to remember that I need to take care of me. Good morning, Kathy. It is good to see you. Must be Friday. Everybody's hopping on. So let's get to the reading. No matter what other people do or don't do, we have to remain sober and free from other addictions for ourselves. So already they're talking about other addictions. I did read a little bit, so my subconscious must have grabbed that and brought it up. Because I did not predict that one. I read it. When our program of recovery becomes contingent on the actions or inactions of another person, especially someone with whom we are emotionally involved, the results are invariably disastrous. All right. So I'm going to use my anxiety as an example, right? Now, when I feel this way, um, what goes through my mind is that I need other people to tell me that I'm okay, that I'm a good guy, and that, and we don't necessarily, is that nice to have? Yes, it is. But this change has got to come from inside. Okay? And that's where it makes it difficult, because maybe we don't feel like we deserve to be successful. Maybe we don't feel like we deserve to have happiness. And those are true feelings. I have gone through those where I didn't feel like I deserved to be happy. And people had to convince me, yes, Dion, you do deserve to have a happy life. Okay? Now I do agree with that. And most of my days are better than not. I do have harder days like today, but what are you going to do, man? I mean, so we cannot, especially in the beginning, and I think that goes with the topic that we were talking about yesterday, which was touchiness. In the beginning, we're going to be really, really touchy, right? And the thing is it's going to be tough, because happy things are going to happen also, and those were harder for me to get through. Those were harder for me to get through than the tough times. They were. Isn't it funny? We can stay sober through the tough times. We'll stay sober. But the minute it becomes 87 degrees out, the top down, and Eagles are playing, suddenly we feel like it's okay to drink. All right? We do have to be aware of those things. We cannot become, and I kind of gave this warning yesterday with sponsees about getting emotionally attached. Yeah, and this is what they're talking about here, is not getting too attached to somebody. I'm going to tell you why. They may not be around in 6 months. Yeah, you're gonna get friends and things in this program, but I really feel like a sponsorship is a different relationship and should act accordingly. Okay? I don't hang out with my sponsee. Well, I don't really hang out with anybody, which I need to change. Those are some things I'm changing on. I need to change. I need to. Let's get back to the book. We also need to remember that intense dislikes is as much an emotional involvement as newfound romantic love. I don't like that guy. Then love him. I'm going to tell you something. Whether you like that guy or not is going to have no definitive result on your recovery, unless you look at the guy and go, you know what? That guy is doing exactly what it is I do, and that's why it disturbs me. Unless you're saying that. Other than that, you're just taking somebody else's inventory. It is so much easier to take somebody else's inventory than your own, is it not? Yeah, it is. Even to this day, it is still easier to take somebody's inventory. Right? But what we have to do is we have to work on that being we have to come to a point where looking at ourselves is what happens first. Hey, I was just in a situation. What did I do? What was it that I did in this situation? Did I say something? Did I do something? Is my side of the street clean? If your side of the street is not clean, then you are to make your amends and do what you need to do and move on with your day. If it is clean, then you move on with your day. But only you can answer those questions. And it's something that'll happen pretty quick once you get it down. Right? Getting into recovery is muscle memory. It is all about muscle memory. Reminding yourself. Remember, I said earlier at the beginning of this, I needed to be reminded of first things first today. What are my priorities? What are my intentions? What is it that I'm trying to do today? I trying to help God's children? Am I in line with God's will? Am I willing to be in line with God's will? These are very important questions. They feel silly, but they're important because they keep us in the solution. They keep your brain in the solution. And after a while, what's going to happen is somebody's going to come talk to you and you're going to use your brain for the solution and you're going to be fucking amazed because it's going to be the right answer too, because your will is in line with God's and you can trust that. And you've been it through before and you have your own experience and you can certainly trust that, right? Because your experience is fact. That is fact. There's no DSM, no counselor, no therapist in the world that could take it away from you or tell you that it isn't true. It's fact. It's as fact as much as this book is. In short, we have to cool any risky involvements in the first few months of our recovery, trying to accept the fact that our feelings could change quickly and dramatically. There's another thing that happens a lot, and I'm a musician, so I would recommend that you do not get into a band in the first year either. You can go jam with people and stuff, but it takes a lot of commitment to join a band, and you need to take care of your shit first. Okay? Besides, you're just going to be a crappy person about it. You'll slip into old behavior. Okay? Don't you think you'd want to be in a band where everybody is sober and nobody's really drinking? Last band I was in, a couple of people drank. I could tell the difference. After a few drinks, they got real sloppy. We're doing it for fun, so it's not like it was a big deal. But it did get kind of frustrating that we didn't play it correctly, you know, especially as a drummer. So we have to cool any risky emotional involvements. Our watchword must be first things first, concentrating on our number one problem before anything else. Am I building a firm foundation while steering clear of slippery emotional areas? So what is our firm foundation? It is steps 1, 2, and 3. It is the how of the program. It is the basics. It is the foundation. Your foundation needs to be solid. Do steps 1, 2, and 3 every single morning. Work on your foundation because there's going to be days like for me today, I'm relying on my foundation. It's all I've got today. But I have a solid foundation and I can work from there. It just means that I'm kind of limited on some of the things today. That's okay. Because I know that. So what am I going to do? I'm not going to go set myself up to fail. May I always remember that healthy relationships with people are necessary for my recovery. But that substituting an obsession with either love or hate object is dangerous to my well-being as any other addiction. Today I'll remember a dependency is a dependency is a dependency. Yeah, whether it's on a person, a place, or a thing, it is still a dependency. And we need to have total dependence upon God, not something else. Gary has something to say here. That's what I love about service work, because it takes my eyes off myself, forces me to put them on someone else. So the first things first also include going to meetings, getting plenty of rest. If you do a lot of service work, for the love of God, decompress. I get tired of people running. Oh, you just decompress. You know you're supposed to. There's some people that act like they're so busy because they just want you to think that they're always busy, when really it's just their priorities are fucked up. Do you know your priorities? What are your priorities? Maybe we should take a look at those today. So, all right, that's what I got. Thank you for being here. It was good to see y'all, Kathy, Chris, Gary. We had you here. We had Kenny on Instagram. It was good to have everybody. Thank you for being here. I love you. Peace out. And